Okay, so I'm a little hesitant to make this video because I don't want it to come across wrong, and I want to pick my words very carefully because I don't want to upset this person. I think this woman follows me, so I want to be very, very careful. Um, First, I'll start by saying my name is Jessica. I am a life coach for people that have experienced betrayal trauma. And I also want to let you know you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I'd love it if you could follow me on any of those platforms. And so I want to start by saying I got a comment on a video probably over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. Like, we've had the flu, it's been a lot. I haven't been posting a lot lately. But I've been thinking about this comment a lot, and I actually really love when people comment on my videos because I love the ability to like interact with people and hear about their experiences, potentially help them. So like I said, I think this woman follows me, so I want to be very careful to not like upset her or speak out of turn because I don't actually know the whole story. But I feel very, very compelled to talk about this situation. So I might be wrong here and not actually know what's even going on, but if this is something that's happening in anyone else's life, like this should not be happening. Like I said, I focus on betrayal trauma, and she commented on a video about betrayal trauma, and this poor woman suffered through some sort of mental health crisis and felt very, very alone. And I understand what that feels like. I've been there myself. I've been in a hospital, a mental hospital, alone, and I know what that feels like. I do not wish that on anyone. So I do sympathize with her. Like I understand what that feels like, and it sucks. Like it really, really, really just sucks. And the part that really I think upset me was her saying that she felt alone because her kids weren't there for her. And while obviously like that's valid, like you want your kids to like care about you and you want your kids to be there for you, I think it's very important that like we don't put the responsibility of our mental health onto our children. And that may not even be the situation that happened. And I want to make that clear that like I'm assuming right now, like I'm literally making that assumption. But I think I'm also inclined to assume that because I've witnessed a lot of enmeshed relationships in my life where parents do make it the responsibility of their children to make them happy. And that's not okay. So I just kind of felt really compelled to make this video and comment on that. Not necessarily for this woman specifically, because like I said, I don't actually know her whole story, but that comment has been really sticking out to me in my head. And I know a lot of people, I've witnessed a lot of people do this to their children, and it is going to push them away if you try to make it their responsibility to make you happy. Not only is it going to scare the hell out of them, but it's not their job, right? Like it is not any child's job to please their parent. That's enmeshment, and it's very, very unhealthy. Obviously, we want our kids in our lives and we want them to be happy, and we want to be happy, and we want to have a good relationship, and like that's normal. But we need to obviously make sure that that line is there and that boundary is there. And I think in this situation, potentially, if her children like are not around her after the situation, like I fear that maybe she did try to like put that on them, and maybe that's why they are no longer talking to her, and like that's so sad. I don't know. I'm making so many assumptions here and like just like word vomiting into the abyss. But anyways, yeah, don't put your mental health on your children. It is not their job. It's not. That's what therapy's for. Or a life coach. I'm a life coach. I'd be more than happy to talk to you and help you through those types of situations. Yeah. So that's my thought for today.